Hey Brooke, good post. I was mostly interested by your post because it's definitely a newer issue, and it's not something that I feel like is being tested a lot or being assessed in a lot of schools. Not that we would have any recent experience with it, whether or not that's true, but considering how recent it is that younger and younger people have been getting cell phones, I think it's more important to see how those kind of like lifelong effects kind of take place with having technology constantly in your face and constantly in your hands, and how kind of school policies are changing. And I think that these kinds of assessments would really do well with helping schools kind of alter their policies and make new policies and things like that too. Um, but yeah. So my feedback on your questions was that they were definitely specific and easy to answer. It wasn't like I was sitting there and like trying to answer them myself, and wasn't sitting there like I don't know how I would answer that. Like most of them were I would have a specific answer for, so I think that's pretty good. And it would be really good for especially like high school students who have a decent amount of homework at night and also are in class all day. And they're probably the target audience anyway, since they have probably the most amount of cell phones and issues with cell phones as well. And I also like that you kind of did a variety of questions related to just what they use as far as technology, but also how that technology actually ties in with their grades. So some of the questions that I would add are about kind of the student perception of how phones, especially with technology, kind of plays a role in their life. So a lot of those questions are yes or no, a certain timeline, whatever, but they may very well be students who are sitting there and they're like, oh yeah, I use social media all the time, but like it doesn't affect my grades. So like I think seeing some of those questions tied in with some of their other answers, maybe there is some kind of like inconsistency between the factual answers and their perception, and that could be part of what may need to change. Maybe students need to realize, hey, social media does actually affect your grades and how well you're doing in school. So I think some of those questions would be kind of like on a scale, like having a list of statements and having the students answer if they agree or disagree. Some of them might be cell phones do not distract me. Using a phone in class would distract me. It does not take me any longer to complete my assignments because I have my phone. I feel more productive when I have my phone, I think is probably the word I was going for there. And also, I kind of maybe feel more connected with what I'm doing when I have something in my hand or something like that. So those are just some random questions that I just came up with the top of my head that I think would be a good idea of, like I said, kind of seeing how the students view themselves and if their view of themselves is actually realistic of and representative of what they're actually producing. So those are some of my thoughts, and I will talk to you later.